Welcome back to another episode of Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mou Podcast. So if you're on YouTube, you can see that I got a new haircut. Going short again. I love my short hair. So it's been nice taking care of myself because I've been so sick. And it's crazy because this is what the episode is going to be about this week, is why growth feels so uncomfortable. And my body was showing me this. And if you're new to my podcast, I'm your host, Kathy Mou, and my podcast is all about holistic well-being and a concept called living the bliss soft life, aka the BS life, where you live in alignment with who you truly are on a soul level. I help you and guide you into figuring out, getting some clarity, or going through and figuring out your life purpose, or if you're feeling burnt out or overwhelmed. I got lots of tips and tricks and guests that come on to talk about all holistic well-being, from emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. So my voice is actually kind of raspy a little bit. And it's crazy because I have my first speaking gig ever. When this episode airs, it would have happened already. So I'm recording before I actually do the speaking gig. And I've been preparing for the past 2 months, and I'm excited but nervous all at the same time. But I know I got this. And this episode is going to be, like I said, about how my sickness actually is teaching me something. So when I'm trying to grow and level myself up, I feel like getting sick is part of the upgrade. And I know it might sound crazy, but sometimes life or higher source or whatever you believe in gives you sickness to slow down so you can recalibrate your energy, yourself. And then after you're done with being sick, you're going to become this new person. So that's what I kind of feel in a way, because it's been crazy. I've never gotten sick so much. And right now I am about to be 29 weeks pregnant. I'm in my 3rd trimester, guys. This is so exciting. And my work just threw me a beautiful baby sprinkle for baby boy. And I mean, my sisters already threw me one, but this time felt so unreal, meaning I was so touched because I was going to cry that he's about to come in like 2.5 months. And it's so soon, and it's finally hitting me. I think I've been in survival mode for so long, just trying to take care of Jem, and then just being a wife, and then being a mom, and then working. So I didn't really process this whole pregnancy. I mean, I knew I was pregnant, but I really didn't actually sit down and think about, like, whoa, this is actually going to be my last time being pregnant ever. Well, hopefully. I'm not planning on any more. If there's like a miracle rainbow baby that comes in, or whatever, miracle baby, I don't know. But 2 is what I'm only anticipating for. But it's been a wild journey that, life can always be on the go, 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 and we're always on fight and flight mode in this busy, busy world that we live in. And that's what the Matrix is intended to do, is to keep you busy. And I've been keeping busy, but just doing things that I love, but still doing the daily tasks. And it's been showing me that this baby sprinkle, that I have so many people that love me and cherish me. And my coworkers came out, and some of them don't even live in the area. They live like a couple hours away. And so people drove all over just to come see me for an hour, which made me feel even more special. And just people showing up. When you truly care for others and you come with intention of really care and love, you do get it back. And so what I'm just sharing with you guys is that sometimes it's great to just sit down with yourself and reflect and just be appreciative and grateful for what you already have, because it's usually more abundant than what you think. Because you're always chasing for more and more and more, or you're chasing for the thing that you don't have yet. But why don't you just sit with yourself with what you already have and just feel the amazing abundance that you already have in your world? Like, even for the littlest things, like you have water, you have a home, you have a car, you have family. Like, man, I have so much abundance that I shouldn't be seeking other things. I mean, yeah, it's great to want more, but in the end, it's truly appreciating and being grateful for what you have. Then source, higher source, whatever, something higher, greater, God will give you more, because that's what you're attracting into your life. So it's been a very, very emotional roller coaster in the last couple of weeks. And then, yeah, I just am feeling more and more aligned to my life purpose. And the last episode that I did was about confidence, and I've been growing my confidence, and this is me stepping into the version that I was dreaming about, that I was scared about for so many years, but I'm starting to live as the person that I once manifested, and now I'm slowly living that reality, which is so beautiful. It's so cool to see, and you can all do this and live through that. So today I'm really excited about this episode, because I feel like this conversation is going to resonate with so many of you who are in a season of growth, transition, healing, or stepping into a new version of yourself. And honestly, this episode came from a very real moment I've been having lately. And recently I got sick. As you can tell, you can hear my voice, and it really slowed me down. I started feeling exhausted, emotional, overwhelmed, and honestly, it reminded me of older versions of myself, older seasons of my life where I felt really low, disconnected, anxious, and not fully like me. And at the same time, I also, like I said, am having a live speaking event, which when this episode airs, I already lived through it. So I will update you guys on that, which is exciting, but also bringing up nerves and fear and vulnerability. And I had this realization, sometimes when we're growing, our body reacts like we're in danger. And I think a lot of people misunderstand this. They think, oh no, I'm anxious again, or I'm overwhelmed again, or I'm getting triggered again. Maybe I'm going backwards. But what if you're not going backwards? What if your nervous system just isn't used to this new version of you yet? And that realization hit me deeply, because if I really look back at my life, there were so many years where I stayed small. I hid parts of myself. I doubted myself constantly. I cared so much about what people thought. I questioned my voice, my worth, and my path. And going through infertility, IVF, miscarriages, and difficult emotional seasons really affected me deeply. There were moments where I felt so disconnected from myself. And I think during hard seasons, our body learns survival. It learns stay safe, don't be seen, don't take risks, don't fail, don't stand out. And the thing is, those patterns don't just disappear overnight. Even when life starts changing, even when opportunities start showing up, even when you're healing, your body still remembers the old version of you. And I realized this recently because I started asking myself, why do I feel emotional right now? And the emotional part is obviously me being pregnant. I know that it's making me more emotional, but it also is bringing up, like, why do I suddenly feel fear again? And why does speaking live make me nervous when this is something I actually want to do? And the answer I kept hearing internally was because this is new. This version of me is new. Being visible is new. Speaking on stage is new. Leading at a higher level is new. And honestly, my nervous system doesn't fully know yet that it's safe. And I think a lot of us expect growth to feel exciting all the time. But sometimes growth feels uncomfortable. Sometimes growth feels like fear, sickness, emotional waves, wanting to hide, wanting to cancel everything. And I wanted to talk about this because I know there are people listening who are stepping into new levels too. Maybe you're starting a business, becoming a mother, healing after heartbreak, changing careers, putting yourself out there online, or finally choosing yourself. And suddenly fear shows up. And instead of seeing it as part of the process, we panic. We think something must be wrong, but maybe nothing is wrong. Maybe your body is just adjusting to expansion. And honestly, this has taught me so much compassion for myself lately. Instead of judging myself for feeling nervous or emotional, I've been trying to slow down and support myself through it. And I think truly, honestly, I got sick because it's telling me to slow down and just focus on the present. So I haven't even been thinking really about how nervous and about the whole speaking gig because I've been trying to just focus on trying to heal my body from this sickness that I got. And in a way, it's distracting me because I think if I was healthy, I would just be my old pattern. I notice is, oh my gosh, I need to like be perfect, and what if I say something wrong? Like I already analyze and process all the bad things that you don't want to happen when you're on stage. But I don't even have time to think about it right now. I'm honestly just trying to physically feel better so I could show up on that stage on Saturday and speak. And and a part of me being this new version of myself, it's pretty crazy. I have this knowing like, of course it's all going to work out. This is what I've been wanting and manifesting. This is one of my life purposes. So why am I so nervous? But like I said, when your nervous system is so used to being a certain way, when you do something new, your ego is trying to tell you like, okay, you can't do it, blah, 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 to try to keep you safe and to keep you in the old version. But when you know you're upgrading or when you know that you're becoming somebody new, you hear the ego, but you don't let it be loud. You just hear it and you're just like, okay, cool. Thank you, ego. And then you let it go because that no longer serves you. And the more you do this and the more you keep telling your ego, thank you for this, but it's not who I am anymore, slowly but surely, you're going to rewire your mindset and your nervous system, and it's going to recalibrate into the new version that you are. That you already know it exists because there are so many million realities happening simultaneously. But it's like the vibration and what you're actually in and your frequency is what your reality is showing you. So if you already have a vision of something powerful happening and you already have the vision that you want, it's already happening in a different timeline or a different reality. It's just not happening now in this timeline. So just know that everything that's happening for you is you're choosing either to not allow it to happen or you're choosing it to allow to happen into your life. So I'm so excited that I'm allowing this to happen and just being with myself and my thoughts and not allowing the ego to take over, but allowing my new version, high vibrational, confident, and living my life purpose, Kathy version, come and be front and center. And it feels so good. But truly, everything really changed and calibrated in the beginning of the year because I chose to slow down, honestly. Like, whatever I was doing last year was for the last 3 years, ever since I had Gem, was hustle, bustle, just grinding every single day, doing things that I hated and was not happy, but I thought I had to do. And I was literally not living the bliss off life. This year, I really honestly feel like I'm living my own philosophy. living a more bliss, soft life where I'm not forcing anything. And I'm taking lots and lots of breaks. I'm even sometimes taking naps that I never do because when your nervous system is on fight and flight mode, it's hard for you to rest. It's hard for you to shut your mind off. It's hard for you to not overanalyze and think about things because your body thinks it needs to be in survival mode. So you can't just rest. And I haven't had that in a while because it's been almost 6 months now. So May, 5 months of recalibrating my nervous system and my body. And trust me, at first it was hard. I was like, what am I doing? I felt like I was wasting time. I felt like I was just being a loser because I wasn't utilizing my time like I usually do. I just was making lame excuses and narratives and putting myself down for no reason. But luckily I'm pregnant. So I was like, you know what? I'm never going to have this peace and quiet again. So don't be hard on yourself, Kathy. And so now, 5 months in, I just feel amazing. Like things started aligning so much easier when my nervous system was calm and quiet. So I was resting more, listening to my body more, giving myself grace, and not forcing myself to be high vibe all the time. Because healing isn't about becoming perfect. Healing is learning how to stay connected to you, even when fear shows up. And I think that's what a bliss off life really means to me now. It's not a perfect life, not a life where I never feel anxious or emotional, but a life where I no longer abandon myself during hard moments. A life where I trust myself enough to move forward gently, even while feeling scared. And honestly, I'm still learning this. I'm still growing through this in real time. But I wanted to share it because maybe some of you needed this reminder too. You are not going backwards just because fear shows up. You are not failing because your body feels overwhelmed sometimes. And maybe your body is simply learning that it's finally safe to be seen. That line has stayed with me deeply lately. Maybe your body is learning it's safe to speak, it's safe to shine, it's safe to rest, it's safe to be supported, it's safe to fully be you. And I think that's such a beautiful process, even if it feels uncomfortable sometimes. So, if you're in a season where things feel emotional, uncertain, or overwhelming right now, please be gentle with yourself. Slow down, breathe, trust the process. You don't need to force your way into becoming your next level. You can soften into it. And I'm just living proof that when you soften, it's okay because that means you're healing your nervous system, your body. You're allowing energy, receiving energy to come to you. And that's the thing. When I was forcing things, it was harder for me to align to what I wanted because that forced frequency, it was letting the universe know, like, man, I have to work super hard against something. And when you're in resistance, also, it just shows that that's not the path. But if it's yours, if it's truly yours, and if it's truly meant to be, it will happen. And it should come easy to you. And when I let go and just kind of live day by day, doing my thing, things that made me happy, I just felt so much more blissful and softer that life literally started coming to me. Like things started just popping up in my reality without even working towards it. It's crazy. Instead, before I would be hustle and bustling and I wouldn't even get the results that I wanted. And then now I'm not even doing much with my business and whatever it is, and things keep coming to me because I'm aligning myself. I feeling confident, happy, and that frequency and that energy is in the receiving energy. So I'm able to call it into my life. And don't you want life to be easier instead of like thinking you have to work super hard to get something? Sometimes you have to learn lessons and get through a hardship or a hard part of life. But that's a lesson to be learned. But you're not supposed to be working hard every single day, pushing, not listening to your body, not listening to yourself, being miserable, unhappy. No, life should be full of joy, happiness. It should be full of fun. It should be full of love. And for so long, I've been missing that. And it feels so good to finally feel aligned. And another example I want to give, okay? So I have a daughter. She is almost 4. And man, I've been letting my husband take the reins on a lot of things because I didn't want to deal with it. I thought, like, he's the father. He should make some choices. And I just don't want to think about it because I'm so drained and burnt out. And then I was having a rough time, honestly, with her. She started getting really addicted to TV because my husband, for a time being, thought TV was the easy way out. Instead of dealing with her or playing with her, he wanted to relax after work, just shove TV in her face. And he would give her TV before he left. So then she was watching like so much TV, guys. I know it isn't the best to share, but I'm being real honest. She used to watch TV before school. When she woke up in the morning, she would watch for like an hour or two, depending on how much she's lagging. And then after school, she would watch more TV when he came home and put it on. So that's an hour to 2. She was watching about 4 to 5 hours a day. And TV is really bad for kids this age because it stimulates them and it's hard for them to regulate their emotions. So it was getting so bad that she was not listening. We were yelling. The schedule was all over the place. She had no schedule. She was sleeping 11, 12 p.m. And it was going on for like 6 months like this. And I was like telling my twin, like, I can't handle this anymore. And we got to a breaking point where I started crying and Gemma started crying because she saw me crying. And I was like, this isn't working. Like, I can't do this. I'm exhausted. I'm sick. And I'm pregnant and had to deal with a toddler who can't regulate their emotions. And then her father was not helping the situation because he was frustrated. And so I was like, okay, something needs to change. And so my twin was like, just make the big decisions. Don't let her watch TV and watch things are going to change. So yeah, things started changing when I literally took control of the situation. I was like, no more TV in the morning. And it only took her 1 to 2 days to actually recalibrate to this new schedule. Of course, she had a couple of tantrums where she wanted TV. And I was like, oh my God, she's an addict. Like, she was crying, like, I want TV, like an addict. And I was like, yeah, she's so addicted to it. And I kept telling my husband, I was like, it's not her fault. This is our fault. This is what we allowed her to do and to get addicted to. And for some reason, too, I chat GBT'd and because I was just so lost. And it helped me figure out like what I needed to do. So no TV, and it's been a whole week now, almost a whole week, where she hasn't watched TV and like in the morning and at night. And she's been like so good. And it's crazy because it is the TV. Honestly, that was what needed to change. And my husband's been stepping up. Instead of letting her watch TV, he's playing with her. So it's been such a great change. But the thing is, once you start deciding and choosing that you want change, you take action, it's going to change. So I was just like thinking that it was going to be the worst thing ever. But I had to obviously wait till a breaking point where we were all broken to have it change. But once I implemented things and finally we saw the results, I'm like so glad that, I did the right thing. So now she's just so much more regulated, throwing less tantrums. She used to throw like 3, 4, 5 tantrums a day, and it was getting to a point where it's just impossible. In the last couple of days without TV, she has just did like one, and it's so normal. And those tantrums like go away really quickly. So that whole example is when you decide that you want change, it can happen. And people are more resilient than you think. So if my daughter can change herself and her schedule, being addicted to something, you can too. I mean, I'm not comparing you to a 3-year-old, but it's just an example of if you decide that you want change in your life, either it's your weight or you want to find love or you want to grow your business, like it's really up to you. Just stop making excuses, but just make it happen. And it will. Once you first be aware of the situation, is it working for you or is it not? Take the action necessary to make the change. And then trust that it will work out, and boom, right there. Those 3 successful things that lead you always to the right path. And that right there is amazing. And as I'm speaking right now, it's 333 because, man, I'm all about angel numbers if you're new here. So whatever I'm saying right now is so aligned, and the 3 is about change. So it's time for you to change whatever you're stuck in right now. And when I chose to change the whole dynamic of my child's schedule and not let my husband take over, woo, it's been so good and life-changing. And it was just a small thing. But in my mind, I thought it was going to be harder and bigger. And of course, we always psych ourselves out when we are scared of doing something new. And this is part of, right, the new version of yourself. When you step into the new version of yourself, you're going to get scared. You're going to have some fear. You're going to feel weird or, have some anxiety or overwhelm. You might even get sick like me. But this is all signs that that's the old you trying to show up. But be aware of those symptoms or those things that try to hold you back and say, hey, no, I'm no longer that. I no longer agree with those thoughts or those feelings, okay? And like me, taking action. I no longer want my husband to take control of her schedule because there was no schedule. It was pure chaos. It was pure chaos. And now there's order. There's order in the house. And now everybody's just so much happier. And it just feels so good to live this way. And of course, your life is a journey. It's always going to be ups and downs. But if you know that you have the power to choose to change your life at any moment when it no longer is serving you or making you happy anymore, you can choose to change it. And you have the power and the confidence to do that. That's the beautiful thing. So don't hold yourself back from all of this, and don't be scared about change or having things not going your way, or if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, life is going to change on me and I can't feel good like this forever. Well, there's always ups and downs, but know that there will always be good. Always. And as long as you trust in yourself and your life, you don't have to be scared of anything because you are truly powerful and amazing. But do you trust that about yourself? Do you allow yourself to feel and acknowledge how amazing you are? Most of us don't. I mean, dude, I was like that for a very, very long time. I felt like I was incapable and I was truly not feeling the best because I was so stuck on perfectionism and being the best and fearing what people were thinking and just focusing on all these negative, low vibe things that don't serve me. And most of us live this way. But if you eliminate people pleasing and perfectionism and truly caring about what other people think and putting yourself and your perception and the way you truly think about yourself, it's going to conquer all of those fears. It will cut through that. And so I'm standing here as an example of, yeah, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, honestly. So I'm very proud of where I'm at in my life right now. And I'm not exactly where I want to be yet, but I know it's happening. Like I said in my last episode and 2 episodes ago, I know in my hardcore soul being that I am meant for more, and I just know it's going to happen. I just don't know when. And I don't doubt it for a second. Like, every vibe or every cell in my body, I can feel that I'm aligning closer and closer to the life that I truly desire and want. And it's happening. And before, I felt so far from it. Like, oh my God, it's never going to be there. I feel so, like, I felt so far from it. And, like, I couldn't reach it. I couldn't even grasp it. I couldn't even see it. But now I see it and I feel it. I feel it like it's right there. It's not there yet, but it's right there and it's coming. And this is part of upgrading and being my higher version that I once manifested, right? So keep manifesting, growing, and the more you trust in yourself and the more you believe in yourself, it's going to just keep happening, better and better and more of what you want in your life. And so all the negative things that have happened, truly, like me being sick, I was sick for 2 weeks and it was miserable. Okay. Like, I was coughing up a storm. I was coughing so badly that my stomach hurt. And I really thought like I was going to cough and baby Caleb was going to come out of me. It was that bad. And I was scared for a little bit because I was like, oh my gosh, what am I hurting him? Because I'm coughing so hard. And then I was coughing where, okay, I mean, it's TMI, but pee would come out. And I was like, oh my God, this is miserable. Like, I'm coughing, I'm peeing all over the place. And then I was just so tired because I couldn't sleep for like 5 days because the cough was so bad. So much phlegm. I thought I was dying, guys. I felt like I was dying. And I couldn't take anything because I'm pregnant. And I'm all very holistic. I know my body will overcome whatever the hell this thing was. But man, I felt like crap. And it just reminded me like, oh my God, this is how I used to feel when I had endometriosis pain. And I'm actually glad I'm on remission. I've been on remission with endo for at least 4 to 5 years now. So I am so thankful to be in remission. Because I remember the endo pain. I felt so miserable. I was so tired. I couldn't sleep. And when you don't have sleep, I can't function. Like, you literally feel grumpy and mean. So I can see why when people are in pain, their face is just so mad and mean because all you think about is, how am I going to survive this? I'm just in so much pain. I'm miserable. And if I'm miserable, how am I supposed to be happy and feel happy and joyful? Oh my gosh. And I was like, wow, being in pain is terrible. This is why I was like, oh my God, this is why I take care of my physical health. I don't want to be in pain. And if you're in pain, it affects your emotional. And then you're like in this grumpy, moody version of you that no one really likes either because you don't feel great. You're not trying to make other people feel great too, right? And so it's all like a mix of everything. But finally, I'm over the hump. My voice is still raspy and weird. But as long as I can talk on Saturday, I will be happy. And then we're going to take Gemma to Disneyland for the first time. And she is so excited. So I'm going to do this for her. but I hate big crowds. I do not like going to Disneyland. I am not a Disneyland big crowd person, but I'm doing this for my daughter, and she deserves to have a nice trip before her brother comes, and where things will change, honestly. It's not going to be about her anymore. I don't know how she's going to handle that, because she gets her full attention from everybody right now. Like, right, her parents, me and my husband, and then grandparents, just her. She's the only one. And so now she has a baby brother coming, and I don't know how she's going to process and deal with us shifting our attention from her to him. So I'm trying to do everything in my power to just really cherish this time with her, because this is going to be the last couple of months of just a family of 3. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now, but I know it's a blessing to have this baby, because I had a miscarriage, if you don't know, before him. And I'm so excited for him to come. I love my babies, but I just feel like a piece of me will be gone where I can't fully love her like I can now, how I have been for the last 3.5 years of her being here, because it's all about her. Now it's going to be about a different kid. And so, I don't know. Woo! I got all emotional. Very emotional day. I was about to cry at the baby sprinkle too, because I just feel so loved. And I want everybody to feel this love. I want everybody to be always loved and happy and joyful and have a blissful, soft life, because everybody deserves it. It's just this feeling that you get. And I want this feeling for everybody. And I truly believe if everybody is more blissful and softer, our collective would be just so much more loving and happier than instead of what we're so used to, the hustle bustle, angry, anxious, overwhelmed, depressed society, and greedy society that we live in. And I feel like if people live a BS life, we'll just be more generous and kind. And so this is what I'm all about. So this is what I'm trying to promote. But leveling up is hard. It can be hard, but it's exciting. It's a great thing. So thank you so much for being here with me today and for listening to this episode. It really means so much to me. And if this resonated with you, I would love if you share this episode with someone who may need this reminder too. And if you're needing deeper support right now, I do offer personal card readings and one-on-one sessions where we can slow everything down and help you reconnect back to yourself again. And I really, truly love helping people find their light, because we all have it. It's just dimmed from society and the matrix. So you can find all of my information at www.kathymou.com, which is also in the show notes below. I love you all so much. And remember, you are not behind. You are becoming. So go and ignite your power and live the BS life. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you so much for spending this time with me on Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mou Podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, take a deep breath and know this: you're exactly where you're meant to be. If you're feeling called to go deeper, I'd love to support you. You can work with me one-on-one or book a numerology guidance card reading with me. All are in the show links below. And if this episode supported you in any way, please share with someone who needs it, leave a review, or take a screenshot and tag me on social media. Your support helps this message reach more souls who are ready to step into their power. Until next time, keep choosing yourself, keep trusting your journey, and keep living your bliss soft life. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!